It's Monday, November 14th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including video of Trumbull firefighters battling a blaze yesterday, a shooting at a Sweet 16, and a local Miss Connecticut teen crowned. Frank Granito will have your Nutmeg Sports update and a look at the forecast, and Donna Lang joins us later to take a look back on this day in history. But first, Stratford police are investigating the shooting of a man that occurred on Friday in the area of Bruce Avenue and Hollister Street. Stratford police said the victim is a male in his late teens. He was transported to Bridgeport Hospital, where he was listed in stable condition. You can check for updates on that story at stratfordstar.com. And a Sweet 16 party in Bridgeport turned violent over the weekend. 5 young people attending that party on Park Avenue were shot, prompting city police to blame the incident on a lack of professional security. That, according to the Connecticut Post. Bridgeport Police Chief Armando Perez said that the shootings could have been avoided had that club hired off-duty police officers to provide security. The incident began around 10:40 at night when a fight broke out at Circolo Sportivo, an Italian-American club on Park Ave, and a number of partygoers spilled into the parking lots. More than 300 people were at that party when the shots were fired. A spokesman for the city said the 5 victims, 4 males and 1 female, were rushed to hospitals with gunshot wounds to their extremities. None of the victims had life-threatening wounds, he said. And Connecticut State Police are seeking 2 persons of interest in connection with the November 12th Willimantic homicide. They're identified as 24-year-old Juan Chach and 26-year-old Ignacio Chach Perez. It is believed they are no longer in the Willimantic area. Back on November 12th at around 3 in the morning, police officers responded to 38 Pulaski Court in Willimantic for a reported disturbance. Upon arrival, officers located a male suffering from life-threatening injuries. He was later pronounced dead. Anyone who believes that they may have any information regarding the homicide or knows the whereabouts of the suspects are asked to contact police at 860-896-3230. And in Trumbull Sunday morning, volunteer firefighters battled a brush fire on Wilson Avenue that extended to a shed and firewood storage that was brought quickly under control by the team of firefighters on the scene. That video was posted by the Long Hill Fire Department, which assisted Trumbull Center volunteer firefighters. And on Friday night in Fairfield, emergency services responded to provide assistance when a wind-blown tree damaged a car while it was traveling along the Post Road in Southport. Luckily, the occupants only suffered minor injuries and were transported to a local hospital. The tree took down live power lines and shut down traffic on the Post Road for hours. State DOT and UI assisted with the make-safe removal and cleanup. And in some sad news we first brought you in our in-game news update Friday, Ridgefield resident Robert Vaughn, who starred as Napoleon Solo on NBC's The Man from U.N.C.L.E. in the 1960s, died Friday following a brief battle with acute leukemia. He was 83 years old. His manager Matthew Sullivan confirmed the news, saying that Mr. Vaughn passed away with his family around him. The actor, who lived in Ridgebury, is survived by his wife Linda and son Cassidy and daughter Caitlin. Press historian Jack Sanders said that of the actor that not many Hollywood stars could be properly addressed as doctor, but Robert Vaughn was also a political activist and scholar whose PhD thesis was so good it was turned into a book. Nearly 30 years later, that book, Only Victims, a study of show business blacklisting, is still in print and regularly assigned to law students. There's much more on Robert Vaughn's life at theridgefieldpress.com. And in other news today, Linda McMahon, the former U.S. Senate candidate and Greenwich resident, is being considered for a cabinet post in President-elect Donald Trump's administration. That, according to NBC Connecticut. NBC Connecticut reports that sources close to McMahon and to Trump's transition team confirmed that the WWE executive and GOP donor was under consideration to become Secretary of Commerce in the new Trump administration. And in Weston, the Norfield tree, which has been slated to be cut down, has been given a reprieve. In a decision dated November 11th and posted on the Town of Weston's website, tree warden William Lomas said that the mighty red oak will remain, subject to several mitigation procedures. The decision follows a public hearing where many residents spoke in favor of saving the tree and a peaceful demonstration by members of the Weston Garden Club who circled the tree asking it to be spared. Lomas said he came to the decision not to to uproot the tree based on much thought and deliberation on the input provided to him by Weston Town officials as well as Connecticut arborists. There's a lot more on that story at thewestonforum.com. But let's start over to Frank Granito to take a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. We finally thawed out from Friday night. Still a little chilly out this morning, but it should warm up later on with temperatures reaching into the low 60s. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon with some late periods of cloudiness. Mostly cloudy this evening, and then temperatures starting to fall into the mid-40s. We'll see some showers move in late overnight before what will be a wet and rainy Tuesday. Cooler temperatures on Tuesday, though, with an expected high of only 52. On and off showers throughout the day. Those showers should pass, though, by midnight tomorrow as temperatures will drop down to 47 with mostly cloudy skies on Tuesday night. And partly cloudy on Wednesday with temperatures in the mid to high 50s. A light breeze between 7 to 10 miles per hour during the afternoon before mostly clear skies overnight, a low of 45, and then we should see some more sunshine on Thursday. That's going to do it for this weather update. Let's send it back over to Kate.
All right. Thanks so much, Frank. Well, we are going to step out for a break. When we come back, Donald Dang joins us to take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports update, and we have more local news coming up after this.
This is now 44 years I've been in this business. Digital came along. After I was in business for about 6 years, I had to totally reinvent the business. So I had to make a tremendous investment in my business. And Milford Bank was there for me. I don't really just consider Milford Bank a bank. I consider them a trusted partner in my business. My name is Jim Wilson, owner of Milford Photo. I choose to bank with Milford Bank.
Want to reach new heights in your fitness and health goals? Find what you're looking for at Elevation Spin, Train, and TRX in Georgetown, Connecticut. Elevation Spin gives you purposeful spinning workouts inspired by the road. We encourage monitoring of heart rate and energy zones. Elevation also offers customized personal training with dedicated professionals passionate about helping you reach your goals. And let us motivate you to reach greater performance and functionality with TRX suspension training, using your own body weight for an incredible dynamic workout. Located at 4 Old Mill Road in Georgetown, call Elevation at 203-544-9503 or visit elevationspintraintrx.com for more.
The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
This fall, explore the beautiful landscape enhanced by the architectural design and art at the Philip Johnson Glass House in New Canaan. Open for the season now through November 30th, the Glass House is a National Trust historic site that sits on 49 acres of pastoral landscape, comprised of 14 total structures, and a permanent collection of 20th century painting and sculpture, as well as temporary exhibitions. Tours are available on Sunday, Monday, and Thursdays through Saturdays. Advance reservations are recommended. Visit theglasshouse.org for more information and to get your tickets.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Dang for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Welcome back to this Monday edition of your Coffee Break. It is November 14th, and it's time to throw it over to Donald Eng to take a look back on this day in history. Don.
Well, Kate, I figured to go heavy on the film adaptations today, but we start in 1889. Female journalist Nellie Bly, also known as Elizabeth Cochrane, begins a successful attempt to travel around the world in less than 80 days, duplicating Phileas Fogg's feat. Now, in her work as an investigative journalist, Bly had pretended to be insane to uncover the abuses in the New York asylums. Later in life, she married an industrialist and patented, of all things, the 55-gallon oil drum, still in use today. 1957, the Appalachian meeting in rural Tioga County, New York, raided by law enforcement, dozens of high-level mafia figures arrested while trying to flee. The meeting had been called by Vito Genovese, and local police became suspicious because of the dozens of expensive cars with out-of-town license plates that had suddenly appeared in this tiny town of about 900 residents. To 1970 we go now. Southern Airways Flight 932 crashes near Huntington, West Virginia, killing 75 people, including 71 Marshall University football players, coaches, and boosters. It was actually the only time that year that Marshall had flown to and from a game, as their first 8 games of the season had all been played within about a 4-hour drive of campus. Finally, now we go to 1965 for this.
Good evening. Just 6 days ago, the people of America were jolted by an announcement. Our casualties in Vietnam in a single week had exceeded the average weekly rate of dead and wounded in the Korean War. 240 Americans killed, 470 wounded. If the American public had not known until then, they know now. The United States is indeed at war, a full-dress war against a formidable enemy. Most of these casualties were suffered in the Battle of Yadrang Valley, the biggest, the costliest, the most significant yet fought by American troops in Vietnam.
As you heard Walter Cronkite say, that's the Battle of Yadrang begins, the first engagement, major engagement, between American and North Vietnamese forces. Now, you probably know that Lieutenant Colonel Harold Moore wrote a book about the battle, and that Mel Gibson played him in the movie version, vowing to be the last to leave the battlefield and to leave no man behind. But you might not know that the soldier on the book's cover advancing with a bayonet, that's him right there, that's Rick Rescorla, who as head of security for Morgan Stanley had implemented evacuation procedures credited with saving more than 2,600 employees in the 9/11 attacks. After escorting a group of about 200 from the South Tower, Rescorla went back inside the building, telling a colleague that he would evacuate once he was sure everyone else was out. That is your look back in history for today, November 14th, and I'm Donald Eng.
Thanks so much, Don. Well, in some sports-related news, with a large crowd of friends, fans, and families expected for the 23rd annual Turkey Bowl football game featuring rivals New Canaan and Darien, tickets will not be available on game day and will be limited to pre-sales only. That game will be held on Thanksgiving at 10:30 in the morning at New Canaan's Dunning Stadium. Tickets are $10 each and will be available at New Canaan High School on Monday, November 21st from noon to 5, Tuesday, November 22nd from noon to 5, and Wednesday, November 23rd from noon to 4. Students will need to purchase a ticket and no passes or student IDs will be honored. The maximum ticket purchase is $10 per visit. Also, on-site parking that day will be limited, but off-site parking will be available at Sachs Middle School, South Elementary School, and Waveney Park. But of course, you won't miss any of the action if you can't get tickets, because the HAN network will be live at the game and you'll be able to watch it anywhere. And Frank Granito, I know we're looking forward to that. We're getting ready for Turkey Bowl.
It should be a lot of fun. It should be a fun week. We'll be on site at New Canaan on Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course at Darien on Monday. Going back to Friday, let's announce our Athlete of the Week winners for Week 8. They are Kate Czaplinski of the Ridgefield girls soccer team and Matthew Restrepo of Trumbull boys soccer. Czaplinski scored the only goal in the FCX championship, lifting the Tigers to a 1-0 victory and their second straight conference title. Restrepo had a goal for the Eagles in their 3-2 semifinal win and assisted on Trumbull's only goal in the FCX championship, where they were named co-champions with the Greenwich Cardinals. So congratulations to both Katie and Matthew. Also on Friday night, we were live at Tiger Hollow for some FCX football with major state tournament implications. On a cold and windy night, the Ridgefield Tigers were able to send their seniors off with one more final win at home as they beat the Greenwich Cardinals in a matchup of number 7 and number 8 by a final score of 30-21. Ridgefield with the win now sits at 6th place in Class Double L, and with only Danbury remaining on the schedule, Greenwich has dropped into 11th place. They will need help from teams ahead of them and a win against Staples on Thanksgiving to qualify for the state tournament. For more highlights and information on that game, though, make sure you tune into Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock this afternoon. 3 FCX teams have, however, clinched home playoff games for the state tournament. They are New Canaan, Darien, and St. Joe's. All 3 of those teams will be at least seated in the top 4 for their respective classes. That's going to do it for this Nutmeg Sports Update. For more information on football from this past weekend and the rest of the CIAC state tournaments, make sure you tune into Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock. Let's send it back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, in other news today, firefighters in Harwington, Connecticut rescued a cow that really wanted to take a dip in a swimming pool on Sunday. They said they were called to a home on Locust Road around 6 in the evening. The cow apparently wandered onto the swimming pool cover and fell through. It took heavy rope and a dozen people to pull the cow out. The Harwington Volunteer Fire Department shared these photos, as you could see, on their Facebook page. And 18-year-old Lana Coffey of New Canaan was crowned the winner of Miss Connecticut Teen USA November 13th at the competition in Stamford. The Pageant Associates production showcased the accomplishments, talent, and dedication of young women across the state. Lana will go on to represent Connecticut in the next round of competitions for the prestigious nationally recognized Miss Teen USA 2017 pageant. You can get more on that story at ncadvertiser.com. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well.
1, 2, 3, Abby! You know! I want to find out how good I am. Yes, sir! If you relax, you get blown out. Let's get it done! Let's get it done!
What can you take advantage of right now?
Again, come on! I can push myself way beyond what you think. Trust your technique. Bring it back.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Washington Prime, now open on Main Street in Georgetown. Come enjoy our relaxed setting, excellent service, award-winning nightly happy hours, and feast on our creative new American cuisine. Connecticut Magazine's winner for Best Steak, Washington Prime of Georgetown.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign up now for InSports fall and winter lacrosse clinics and leagues. With programs ranging from first grade all the way through high school, there's something for every lacrosse player at all levels. Programs include college coaches clinics, youth box winter leagues, high school winter leagues, and 7-on-7 tournaments. For more information and pricing, visit us at insportcenters.com. Like us on Facebook.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30, right here on the HAN Network.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter, and I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
We're back on this Monday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping the top stories we're following today, including that Stratford police are investigating the shooting of a man that occurred on Friday in the area of Bruce Avenue and Hollister Street. Stratford police say the victim is a male in his late teens. He was transported to Bridgeport Hospital where he was in stable condition. You can check for updates on that story at stratfordstar.com. And a Sweet 16 party in Bridgeport turned violent over the weekend. 5 young people attending that party on Park Avenue were shot, prompting city police to blame the incident on a lack of professional security, that according to the Connecticut Post. Bridgeport Police Chief Armando Perez said that the shootings could have been avoided had the club hired off-duty police officers for security. The incident began around 10:40 when a fight broke out at Circola Sportivo, an Italian-American club on Park Avenue, and a number of partygoers spilled into the parking lots. More than 300 people were at the party when shots were fired. A city spokesman said the 5 victims, 4 males and 1 female, were rushed to the hospitals with gunshot wounds to their extremities. None of those victims, however, had life-threatening wounds. And Connecticut State Police detectives are seeking 2 persons of interest in connection with the November 12th Willimantic homicide. They're identified as 24-year-old Juan Chach and 26-year-old Ignacio Chacha Perez. It's believed they are no longer in the Willimantic area. On November 12th at around 3 in the morning, police officers responded to 38 Pulaski Court in Willimantic for a reported disturbance. Upon arrival, they found a male suffering from life-threatening injuries and provided first aid. He was later pronounced dead. Anyone who believes they may have information regarding the homicide or knows the whereabouts of those suspects is asked to contact detectives at 860-896-3230. And in Trumbull Sunday morning, volunteer firefighters battled a brush fire, as you can see in this video, on Wilson Avenue that extended to a shed and firewood storage, but was brought quickly under control by the team of firefighters. That video was posted by the Long Hill Fire Department, which assisted Trumbull Center volunteer firefighters. And on Friday night in Fairfield, emergency services responded to provide assistance when a wind-blown tree damaged a car while it was traveling along the Post Road in Southport. Luckily, the occupants only suffered minor injuries and were transported to a local hospital. The tree took down power lines and shut down traffic on the Post Road for hours. State DOT and UI assisted with make safe, removal, and cleanup. But let's throw it over to Frank Granito now for one final look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Again, chilly out this morning, but warming up when we get to the afternoon. Temperatures should reach into the low 60s. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon with some late periods of cloudiness moving in. Cloudy this evening and overnight with temperatures falling into the 40s and possibly seeing rain showers move in before Tuesday morning. Cooler temperatures on Tuesday with an expected high of 52 and periods of on and off rain throughout the day. Those showers should clear out by midnight, though, as temperatures will drop down to the mid-40s with mostly cloudy skies Tuesday night. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with temperatures in the mid-50s, a light breeze in the afternoon, and then mostly clear skies overnight and a low of 45 before plenty of sunshine on Thursday.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. We're going to wrap things up here. HAN Arts and Leisure coming at you at 12:30, Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock, and we'll see you tomorrow for your coffee break at 11. Have a great day.